Today looking at a new recording accessory for the iPhone that might just be the best option out there today. Meet the PLANCK SSD, a high-speed SSD designed to work with your iPhone, your iPad, or even an Android. And it allows you to shoot ProRes up to 120 frames per second. It's obviously very portable, very sleek, a minimalist design, and this thing can be dropped from evidently 3 meters, so 10, 12 feet, and it's also water resistant. And so it's ideal for using on run and gun setups, gimbal shots, where you don't want to have to deal with a bulky SSD setup. So the kit comes with the PLANCK, the SSD, a bumper, a USB-C extension, and then this almost like a keychain holder where you put the PLANCK in that and then you can loop it around a bag or whatever you want to do. Not sure how often I would use that, but it's probably good to have as a carrying case. It's a tiny little drive. They sent me the 1 terabyte version, but they also have a 2 terabyte version. Now let's talk about how you would actually use it. Before we get into it, did you know I have a brand new movie out called Casey Makes a Mixtape? It's available right this moment on Amazon, Apple TV, YouTube Movies, and more. It's a completely independent film and partially shot on an iPhone, so definitely go check it out. So if you're new to using SSDs, I'll just do a quick tutorial on how to do that. This will work with Android or iPhone. I've obviously got an iPhone here, the 17 Pro Max. You plug it in, you're in video mode. Up here at the top, it'll instantly say, now I've got 3 hours and 4 minutes of record time. Now in the native camera app, the way you do that though, is you have to be shooting ProRes. You can shoot 24, 30, 60, and 120. You can't shoot HEVC though. So if I turn ProRes off, now it disappears. You can't use it to record basic HEVC. I wish you could, I don't know why Apple does that, but you can shoot in log or you can shoot in HDR ProRes and you get the same amount of time. So it's real simple, you just plug it in and you can start shooting. And it goes right to your SSD that you can then transfer to your computer, or you can actually edit off this on an iPad or a laptop. But for me, what I tend to do more times than not is I use the Blackmagic camera app. And so in the Blackmagic camera app, to get it to record to the SSD, you go into Settings, Media, Save Clips to. Right now it's in-app only, which is what I usually like to do. But if I'm going out to the drive, I would go to Files, then I would find the PLANCK SSD and hit Open. Now you're recording to the PLANCK. Come over here and it says I've got 36 hours to go. The nice thing about using a third-party app is I've got it set up to record Apple Log, but in HEVC. And so here, yeah, 4K H.265, Apple Log 2. So I like to do that just for space savings, and it's easier to work with sometimes in post-production because the files are just much smaller. And so with a third-party app, you can record to the SSD, which is great. With the native app, you can only go out to ProRes. With other similar drives I've used, I've had trouble getting them to plug into certain cases, and so I wanted to check that out. So the PLANCK works fine, obviously, with the standard phone. It just pops right in, no problem at all. But what about other cases? Let's see how the PLANCK does. First up, just a basic case I got off Amazon when I was waiting to get my lens cases. So we'll see if this one works. Yep, pops right in, no problem at all. Looks good. Now reflex. This is a nice sturdy case. We'll see if it works. The bigger, thicker cases on these bigger phones tend to be the ones that have more trouble. But nope, this one works totally fine. All right, now this is the ShiftCam case, brand new case. These are all brand new. We'll see if it works. Yep, fits right in, no problem at all. All right, now this is a small rig case, kind of a hybrid case is what I'd call it. So I've liked using this case too. A lot of good cases out for the iPhone this year. But will it work with the SSD? That's the question. And yeah, it will. That's good news. I thought maybe this one would be a little bit of a tighter fit, but it works just fine. All right, now the last one I've got today, and it's a moment case, and I really like moment cases. I have used moment cases for years. I usually use it as my daily driver, even if I'm not using the lenses, because I like their cases so much. But I will say in the past, their cases are a little bigger and bulkier, and that can be a good thing for protection and then also getting a grip on the phone. But sometimes these peripherals don't work as well. And so we'll see if this one works. And I can tell this is a much thicker bottom on this case. So I have my doubts. Nope, it doesn't work on the Moment case. But that is why PLANCK includes this extension, this USB-C extension. So you put that together, pop that in, and now it definitely will work with this case. It's not as sleek and it's not as protected against the phone, I would say. You could obviously easily bump that off. But if you're shooting with, just handheld or something on a tripod even, that'll work totally fine. But if you do have a Moment case, the basic SSD without the USB-C extension will not work. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that I really like the Lexar SSD. It's probably my favorite one that I've used until now. I would say this one is right there in the same category. You can see here that the PLANCK is actually much smaller than the Lexar. The Lexar is very small, don't get me wrong, but the PLANCK is smaller. It's a more low profile design that goes up almost flush against your phone, which can be pretty cool. Other than that though, they work the same, they're the same speed, and so it comes down to preference probably. I will say with the Lexar, the one I got came with a little hub, and they make a hub for the PLANCK. It is called the Creator Hub, and it reminds me more of like the Condor Blue hub I've reviewed. And so it's a separate attachment that connects on top of your camera, like through a cold shoe. The Lexar, in that regard, is more portable. But if you need a more minimal style, then the PLANCK is probably the way to go. And if you're interested in picking one up, I've got a link in the description. Thanks for watching. This is Blake Calhoun. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.